Hello, my name is Jackie Freeman, and I'm a third-year student at Austin Presbyterian Theological Seminary. We're here today with Dr. Jennifer Lord. She is the Dorothy B. Vickery Professor of Homiletics and Liturgical Studies here at Austin Seminary. Welcome, Dr. Lord.
Thank you.
To begin with, did you grow up celebrating Easter and Lent as a child? And if you did, is there a memory you'd like to share with us?
I did grow up celebrating Easter and Lent, and I have strong memories of those seasons. I grew up in the Presbyterian Church, a lifelong Presbyterian church, and my home congregation kept those seasons. And I remember starting with Ash Wednesday. I remember having midweek Lenten services. I remember the build of anticipation toward Holy Week, and certainly for the joy of Easter Day.
Why is celebrating Ash Wednesday so critical to people who are trying to find Easter hope?
Ash Wednesday has a long history in the church, and it's very important because it's about our relationship with God, and every year for us as Christians, it's about a renewed journey with God, if you will, a sort of homecoming to God like the prodigal son. For Christians, we worship the triune God known to us in Jesus Christ. He's the crucified, risen one. And part of the history of Ash Wednesday is to understand it in connection to Lent. Begins the Lenten journey of 40 days, culminating in Maundy, Thursday, Good Friday, and the great feast of Easter, which in turn lasts for 50 days. But the goal of Ash Wednesday and Lent for us is always a returning home to God. It's very interesting to know that Lent developed because back in the 4th century, there were so many persons converting to Christianity and so many adults that there was a 3-year process for kind of being schooled in Christianity. And of those 3 years, the final 40 days were the intense last days of process, of course, with all those biblical overtones of preparing for baptism. That's where we get our 40 days of Lent. And of course, we're not always preparing for baptism again, but again, it's our journey and our return to God. And the ashes came in because there was a time in the 8th and 9th century when certain persons were marked with ashes and told to stay away from church for the 40 days and return on Maundy, Thursday. And that's not what we do anymore, but we've adopted that practice of ashes, mourning and penitence of all the ways that we're disengaged with God or feel estranged or not living out the wholeness and the union that we were created to have in God. So Ash Wednesday starts our journey, our total reliance on God. The Lenten days, we are renewing our relationship toward the joy of again celebrating the resurrection.
What would you say to someone who's struggling with Easter hope?
There's a long practice of the church that during Lent we read the Psalms. In monastic communities, they read the entire book of Psalms every week. That's a little bit difficult for us in modern 21st century working people, but read the Psalms. They're full of lament and hope.
Thank you, Dr. Lord. It is our sincere prayer that these video devotionals will encourage you during the season of Lent and fill your heart with Easter hope.